Good evening again, second time. My name is Dr. Imad Ghandour and I'm just trying to record for you my second lecture for the Congress about how we can control the vertical dimension or how we can control the posture of the lower jaw comparing to the maxilla, okay? And to see what is the best posture, the best physiological posture, and how we can control and do trial and error digitally. So this is the way I want to show you today, how with the CAD/CAM system, how with the photos, with the overlapping and with the swallowing, how we can detect and how we can be sure 100% about the posture of our mandibula compared to the maxilla. You know that there's many written about that. They speak about the centric relation. I want to say for you that centric relation is iatrogen. Not every dentist can find the same centric relation on the same patient. That's why I'm telling you this is not scientific for me. So I will show you today how for your oral rehabilitation, if you want to increase or decrease the vertical dimension or the posture of the lower jaw, we can having this posture according to our fundamental knowledge, and at the same time be helped by the digital workflow, or how we can compare and see the situation digitally. So this is first just to show you an introduction image, just to show you that this patient for sure she has lost her vertical dimension and we need to increase. So how we can proceed about that? So I will show you just a little bit about fundamentals, how we know how the discrepancies begins to be installed. So this is very important for me to say that I'm sorry, just to set the second. Yes, this is very important that the posture of the lower jaw belongs also to the ventilation, the good ventilation. This is very important. And how we can know about that? So this is very important to understand. It's a little bit the literature about anatomy, that once we breathe from the nose, it's very important to breathe from the nose and to get out air from the mouth. So from the nasal cavity we have the nerve, the only olfactive nerves that bring through the ethmoid bone, okay, all the oxygen through for the hypophyse, or also at the same time the hypophyse that control all your secretion of hormones and all that modify your also your genes and everything. So this is very important to understand that breathing from the nose is a very good cooler for the brain. And the first contact that we have for the brain through the ethmoid bone here, it is from the cavity, nasal cavity, that you get the oxygen and the ozone and all of this, and the azote also too. So very important to know that if you cannot breathe very well, you can have a very big problem about occlusion also too. Okay, so how it happens, you will see now how we go through the oral rehabilitation. So as you have seen the digital smile design before, or if you don't have any digital application, you can do your wax up, and this wax up we need to transfer it as a mock-up in the mouth. Okay, so after doing the wax up or digital applications, you go through the mock-up in the mouth. Then we need to send this for the lab to give him exactly the same plan and to see how we can bring back the mandibula. So after we can do it digitally if you like. So if you have this digitally to adjust the Fox plan through the papilla eyes, okay, or to do it manually if you like. You can choose both if you don't have any digital work tools. So let's say, assuming that we're happy with the plan, the upper one. So in the beginning, number one, fixing the upper plan. Idealistically, you don't look to the lower one, okay, not yet. And we see all the discrepancies about it, how we have to deal, and we have all our mock-up done and finished, and the patient said, okay, I like it. You see how much she can show her teeth, how much it is nice for the curve, the banana, okay, curve, and if everything is okay, according also to the dynamic of the lips when she smiles, if it's not too long, too wide, okay? And then we need to bring this mandibula, in which posture in the space in 3D we have to position this, okay? So usually when you're not equipped by the digital, what we send the Fox plan for the dental lab, and he will put it as a table on the articulator. We will put this that the dentists have done in the mouth, I'm sorry, okay? And then the lab will position his upper wax up, and he can also after work over that to do his articulator with the lower, but we have to see where to position the lower. So what is the method to do this? So I don't know if it's a whole lecture for one day. I want to resume it so quick. So for me to find the situation, it's always the swallowing. Swallowing wax. This is a very tender wax that the patient will for 15 minutes drink water and swallow. And that's why, because we know that 2,500 times a day the patient will swallow and will position his lower jaw according to the upper. And this is very physiological. Very physiological. It's the only time that your teeth touches together in your life is just only when you swallow. And when you swallow, your back teeth, the posterior, will touch and will give us this nice posture, this physiological posture. So this is the way. I don't want to do it so long. Just make it quick, and then once you do my training, you will have all this information how we do and explain exactly in reality how it is. Okay. So assume that everything is okay. So this tender wax will register for me the relation between the upper and the lower. And this is it, okay? So we know exactly what is the posture and how much we have to increase. So after you're putting the upper on the articulator, you will put the lower wax and put it on the articulator with the wax up, and then you begin to wax the lowers, and you have your situation. And you can transfer this situation by provisional in the mouth, and let's see the patient how it functions. So we know, of course, every time that loss of vertical dimension can occur, many things that are really so bad for the patient, seeing the chin coming up, okay? At the same time, the connecting with the brain, with the oxygenation, the oxygen will not go through it very good. And so all this environment that sometimes the patient put his tongue in between his teeth just to avoid having this non-contact, okay? Because we need to send for the cortex this proprioception to see that every time you swallow, it touches, and you say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it will neutralize all your teeth at the same, all your muscles at the same time to relax. So, this is the way how we have it digitally on our CAD/CAM system, and we can also to tell you digitally how we can control this posture. How we can control this vertical dimension, or how we can control where is the positioning of the mandibula and the movement of the mandibula digitally. So what we do is that we have the upper and lower with the face. We can have it on the sagittal side or on the frontal side as you like. This is a photo only on the sagittal, and just to show you also here that we can copy the mandibula, and we can copy many situations of the mandibula. So that every time your patient will swallow, you can register this posture and you will add it to the software. So imagine I do 5, 6, 7, as you like, swallowing wax. I can copy every time on the same these postures, and I can compare this 7 or 6 or 5 or 4 position to see where's the best one, okay? Or why I have maybe 3 over 4 that are right, all right? So this is the way I work. So I will just show you. This is the lower jaw, okay? So I will show you now the copy of 1 or 2 swallowing wax, okay? So one will be in yellow, the first one, okay? This is the distance. And the second one will be in red, in color red, just to show you the second posture of the swallowing wax. And I can see if they correlate together. I can see if they are okay together. So you see here, we can see yellow and at the same time on the occlusal surface red. It means that we are in a nice posture, we're in a nice position that are okay. We're not so weird, okay? So everything is okay here. And I will show you after the wax up that we completed over this model just to see where's the final outcome and how this is the wax up, and you see how we wax it digitally just to see exactly the same position over the same model. So there's no confusion between you and the lab, and the lab can know exactly without any articulator or any error on the articulator or any error about transferring the donation about the dental clinic. Okay, so this is the way I work, and so to compare and to see exactly if the posture of the mandibula is okay or not. And this is, it's not you who get this, it's only the patient who give you this by swallowing on this wax. So it's very physiological and at the same time reproducible. Centric relation is not reproducible every time, and every patient, every time you do it, you can have a different one. Or between 10 dentists, if they make the centric relation for a patient, you will see that the 10 are different. So for me, it's not scientific. The only way to recognize it is by swallowing, registering digitally many times, and compare on the digital way all the models overlap together, and to see where's the best how we say, where's the bad mid decision about all of that. So this is only an example just to show you digitally. This has been done, the oral rehabilitation, in 1 day, upper and lower. Look to the patient how the abrasion was very severe here, and even the occlusal plan were down here. Okay, so lots of vertical dimension. Sometimes the patient can give you 1 centimeter of height. Imagine this, and I promise you that when they close fantastically. And when they swallow, they feel like the next day they are so nice and relaxed and good. Okay, so see the final outcome, how we really gain the height and we can provide the best. If you don't increase the vertical dimension here, the patient, if you do the veneers or the crown, he will break everything. The patient will break everything. You need to increase the vertical dimension. So I wanted to thank you about your listening for these 12 or 15 minutes. Of course, you will have maybe many questions about that, because this subject has done lots of, anchor, lots of things that many times people, you have books and books to read and everyone is different from the other. Just I want to say for you that we can provide a course about that and show you with direct and with patient indirect to show you how we do that. Or you can bring your patient and we can do that also too. So all I wanted to say, I hope that it was useful, and I wish you good luck, and I hope to see you soon, and stay tuned. And if you have any question, please, on the web you can ask for me. Okay, thank you and bye bye. Have a nice day.